Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here at the AAA Boxing Gym in Edinburgh. With me I've got the man himself, Alex Arthur. Alex, how's the hair?
Oh, I don't know. I never had time to brush it this morning. The boys come with their slick haircuts.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I've just interviewed your two young boys there. They've both won the national title at the weekend on Sunday. Just talk to me how proud you are of that.
They both done very well. It was a big competition in terms of the Scottish amateur boxing scene at the minute. It was absolutely packed. I can't actually recall a busier championships, even thinking back to when I was younger. I think there was something like 400 odd entrants or something. It was massive. So I think it was something like that. I can't. Well, Macklin's saying 500. So I think there was so many packed championships, loads of competition, some brilliant boxing on show for some of the young lads there. But no, I'm immensely proud of them. They both done very, very well. Macklin kind of expected the result that we got. He never lost a round. His last bout should have been stopped a lot earlier. He probably should have stopped his semi-final opponent as well. Alec started off, he was honking in his quarter-final. He was dreadful.
That was a split decision, wasn't it?
Absolutely dreadful.
He's not here to
he's not here, he's left. Dreadful performance. Got the split decision win. I would give him a 2/10 at the most.
Wow.
Semi-finals, stepped up his game a bit, started looking a wee bit sharper. Again, maybe a 5/10, 6/10 at the most. And then he was just brilliant yesterday, absolutely brilliant, up against a dangerous opponent, champion for last year, knocked out one of Alex's clubmates last year, big, strong, tough Polish lad who clearly has been well taught. I think he boxed in Poland and quite a big puncher as well, but he played right into Alex's hands. Alex just was really patient, stayed on the outside of his left foot, countered him with the right hook when he advanced. Every time the Polish lad threw his right hand, Alec countered him with the backhand. So had him wobbling, dropped him. Really impressive performance. 9/10 in the final.
Well, so, Alex, he gave you a 2/10 in the quarter final.
Aye, a solid 2.
A solid 2. Well, again, Alex, you've done it all really in the boxing game. You've boxed in front of big crowds.
Yeah.
So, what's it like? Do you feel more nerves with your two boys fighting, or was it when you used to fight?
No, I never used to get nervous. I mean, I think starting from such a young age and having so many fights, by the time you get to professional championship level, it doesn't become nerves anymore. It becomes more like anxiousness and you know, everything that you've done in training and preparation, you're just keen to get on with it. You just want it all to happen fast. So it's more like anxiousness rather than nervousness, you know. So, but no, I mean, I do get nervous for the boys, but I know what they're capable of, and you know, and I've done all their preparation with them. So you know, I've seen how hard they've trained, and I can tell with their mannerisms how much they want it, and you know, and I can tell if I ask them to do something out of the ordinary, like, for instance, I gave Macklin a wee break in camp there. Alec trained all the way through, but Macklin has been training all year round, and I think his friends all went to school camp, and I didn't want him to miss out on it. It's his last year in primary 7, and I wanted him to experience that with his friends. Macklin isn't really big on leaving home, and you know, Macklin's regimented. He's like a wee soldier.
Oh, I've seen Instagram stories.
Aye, so he's so regimented that he doesn't like anything upsetting that. Where Alex maybe a free spirit, you know, Alec can go and have fun with his friends, but can still come in the gym and perform. Where Macklin thinks that these kind of things upset him and they break his rhythm. But I was really keen for him. It was some active rest as well. Done a lot of canoeing and mountain biking. Aye, a lot of mountain biking, rowing. He's actually been suffering a wee bit lately for sore shoulders because he trains that much. And for such a young kid, you know, it's probably not the healthiest thing in the world. So I was quite keen that he went away and he had a break, and he came back and his weight was still great. And after his gym sessions here at night, I made him run home. I wouldn't give him a lift home.
I've seen that as well. One of your Instagram stories, you just filmed him running along the street.
I just sent him on a 20 odd minute run home, and I done that every night. And he never once said, I don't want to do it, or you know, and it's pitch black, and you know, and he puts earphones in and he goes. But that's Macklin. You just tell him what to do and he does it. But in terms of,
that's definitely going to stand him in good stead in this game anyway, isn't it?
Oh no, of course, I mean, it's like I tell people that all the time, like, it's all he knows, it's all he's ever done, since he was a baby, his box and train, and you know, I think there's pictures there on Instagram of him with 4 and he's got muscles, you know. So he's a wee bit of a genetic freak guy. He is a bit. He's like one of the wee Russian kids, that you see on the videos
like Khabib wrestling belt.
Aye, with 8-packs and stuff like that. And so I could tell in their preparation that they were ready. And even though Alec did have a bit of a honking performance in the quarterfinals, I kind of knew he was going to get better as the competition went on. And when the level of opposition seems to go up a bit, Alex seems to perform better. He was up against young Ronald Devlin earlier on in the year in Hawick, and you know, that was a dangerous fight for Alec. You know, Ronald's older, he's physically stronger, a wee bit better developed, and it was over 3 3-minute rounds. And Terry McCormack came to me and asked me if we could make it 3s. I think they expected Alex to just be living off his name and no working hard in the gym and stuff. I says, of course, I knew for a fact over 3s it would suit him much better. He's a big, calm, patient southpaw, and every mistake you make, he capitalises on it, and that's how I've trained him to react. And you know, and I told him, you know, expect people to come to you when you're a big, rangy southpaw. You need to learn how to make that work for you.
Check break and stuff like that.
Aye, of course, aye. And it was a really easy fight. And so the fights that he's normally supposed to get beat or is in danger, we heard so many whispers over the weekend, the Polish guy, he'll stop young Alex, you know, he's too powerful, he's big, he's strong. A number of clubs, we heard saying it, you know.
Do you think that's, I want to ask you this question, like, he carries your name, Alex, do you think that's going to put pressure on him, or do you think...
I really think he minds that much, to be honest. You know, I really didn't think it bothers him that much. Like I said, he's quite a carefree, easy-going lad. You know, he's he's not like Macklin. You know, Macklin's naturally aggressive. He's inherently aggressive, and you know, when Macklin fights, his main aim is to hurt you. That's just Macklin. Alex not like that. You know, Alec could be quite happy to just outbox you for 3 rounds. You know, and I've seen Alec hurt people and no jump on them. If Macklin hurts you, you're doomed. You know, he's all over you like a rash. But Alex just no made that way, you know. So, so he's quite an easy-going big lad, you know. So he just kind of takes it as it comes.
There's another question for you then, Alex. You train them right now as a kids, as amateurs and that. So 10 years down the line, they both turn pro. What's going to happen? You're going to get your pro licence and carry them over to the pro game?
Well, of course, naturally. I mean, you know, I wouldn't. I just think, you know, father-son relationships worked really well in boxing, and well, some of them do.
Calzaghe's too.
Of course, I mean, some I grew up with. You know, I grew up with Joe and Enzo, and I was really close with Scott and Peter. So I seen their relationships develop and how they could work well with each other and stuff. So, very, very good. And I would definitely, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't want anyone else to train my kids. You know, so. I think it would be really important. So
is there a job going for a seconds if that happens?
Aye, of course, aye.
Seconds license.
Aye, mate, aye, everybody's welcome.
You know what, Mike, when I've got you here, and we look at the fights ahead. Again, somebody else you know very well, Josh Taylor. Fighting Ryan Martin at the weekend. You talked about it briefly off camera. I just want to know your thoughts about Josh and Ryan Martin and this whole World Boxing Super Series.
Well, you know my thoughts on Josh, and I've said it a million times. But Actually, I've had a hard time speaking to a few experts in the build-up to this. I actually think this is an easy fight for Josh, and I've been criticised by a few people now for saying that, but I think that this guy hasn't got the power to get Josh's respect. And if you've not got the power to get Josh's respect, there's one other way of getting it, and that's by, in my opinion, frustrating him and taking him out of his comfort zone and making him overreach a wee bit, and you know, falling to a pattern and making him feel a bit uncomfortable, and you know, countering him and maybe ducking and diving here and there, and obviously knowing Josh personally. But I think even that now is a hard way to beat Josh, because he's adapted so well over the past few years. He's became patient and controlled, and the fight against Postol will have really taken him to another level.
Right fight, right time.
Aye, perfect. Couldn't have been better. Had these rough patches, but it never at any point looked like, you know, there was anything dangerous going to happen. But the amount of experience and wee bits of guile that he'll have managed to put in the bank for that fight is priceless. And this guy can't get his respect, in my opinion. He's no quicker than Josh. He's definitely no smarter than Josh in the ring. You know, Josh is a very intelligent fighter as well. So I can't see any way whatsoever that this guy can win this fight. I think if Josh doesn't stop him, I'll be surprised.
I've heard loads of people say that this is Josh's toughest fight in this competition. When they look at like Baranchyk, he might be one of the guys fighting. If he gets through this fight, he fights Baranchyk, who beat Usyk the weekend. He's more of a come forward type fight. Maybe suits Josh a little bit better.
Much better fight for Josh. But again, if this guy holds his feet and tries to outbox Josh, Josh will blitz him. He'll go right through him. He'll mix up his combinations. He'll keep the pressure on him. It'll be steady, educated pressure to start with, but it'll build as the fight goes longer, and he'll gradually break him down to the point that I think the guy will quit. You know, I think we'll maybe see this guy on his knee getting counted out. No, knocked out by any means, but I just think I've had enough. Can't take any more of this. Too much pressure, too much explosiveness, too much violent combinations. You know, in Glasgow, fans gone mental. You know, Josh pouring it on. I only see it going one way. I genuinely don't give the guy a chance.
Dumb question then. Josh wins it, the whole tournament?
Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Your man, the Russian, is he Belarusian?
Baranchyk, the guy.
Wins. Tough, educated fighters, good fighters. Always have been history, good fighters, particularly in the amateurs. Again, absolutely man-made for Josh.
Well, the two other guys in semi-finals is Regis Progress and remember Relic, who Ricky Burns beat?
Well, he's a good fighter. He impressed me at the Burns fight, and I thought that he threw that away at the end. I mean, he had that fight won, and Ricky's experience won that fight, you know, in the end, and that guy's feet came off the gas in the last few rounds, and Ricky managed to nip a points decision. Again, his style is good for Josh. Progress, for me, is that how you pronounce it? I think.
I say Progress.
Aye.
Oh, maybe it is, I don't know.
I think he's, you know, people say he's good, man, he's good. He's a shorter, slower, less powerful version of Josh. Shorter, slower, less powerful version of Josh. Both southpaws. And so, if you're shorter, you're slower, and you're less powerful than your opponent, how can you win?
Yeah.
There's no.
Yeah, that's why I come here. I need you to break it down for me, Alex. There you go.
There you go. It's done. Job done. Shorter, slower, less powerful version of Josh. Can't beat Josh.
Yeah. No. Well, there you go. Another guy you like a lot is Tony Bellew. He's fighting Usyk. I think we spoke about this last week, but it was just before it was announced.
Just before it was announced. We did actually.
Now it is announced. He's fighting in 2 weeks. Again, thoughts on that?
I mean, again, now that it is announced and now that it is going to go ahead, I mean, you look at the dynamics of this fight, like to start with, and like what you've got in the opposing corners. It's a really exciting fight, and one that the boys have been putting a bit of pressure on me to take them to. We want to go see that. Between that, well, between that and Warrington and Frampton, we've not made up our minds up yet what one we've got to go to. I'd rather go to Frampton, Warrington, because I think it'll be more exciting.
Yeah.
Although that's Bellew versus Usyk's a bigger fight. Featherweights I think they're better to watch. Period.
There's more action. There's more skill.
But back to the topic of Bellew versus Usyk.
We'll talk about Warrington Frampton next.
I mean, really, what a brilliant fight, and hats off to both guys for really wanting this fight. I mean, they could have took other routes and had easier nights than facing each other. I mean, we know we've gotten Tony Bellew fearless, really. Absolutely fearless. A bit of a screw loose, and clearly Usyk as well. Fearless with a bit of a screw loose. But again, you're looking at both their technical aspects are technically really good fighters. You know, Tony Bellew sets up all his big shots really well. Really intelligent fighter, and Usyk. I mean, really, we were talking, me and the boys the other day. He's a big Lomachenko, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, without the flamboyant, slick feet work. And I mean, he has got. Have you seen him dancing? He's got reasonably good feet work. Although I think he wings it a bit, to be fair.
You
but
dance, no?
I can dance.
I remember McCart's. You used to the boys. There's a story that when I boxed in the army, I won my fight in the army. You came and handed out the medals or whatever it is. I think you won the Commonwealth title back then. And that was the Thursday night. On the Saturday night, I met you in a nightclub. all my mates were like that. Oh, there's Alex Arthur. So I was like to my mates, I know Alex quite well. I walked over to you and you just completely blanked me.
Oh, no, did I really?
Yeah, you did.
That's shocking.
Sorry, I was only 18. You would have been 22. You're probably like, who's this little
upstart?
Exactly. But I will be. So he can dance.
He can dance. He can move as well. And I mean, you know, he's got that Eastern European ground in it. A brilliant amateur career and all that brilliant technical work, and he's fought so many good world class fighters in the amateurs, and I mean, you've seen what he's capable of. He's just, the guy's brilliant, and his engine's unreal for a guy his size. And apparently, speaking to one of my Ukrainian mates a few weeks back, saying that he doesn't really find it very easy to make cruiserweight either. Apparently,
that's the reason why he's up to heavy then.
Apparently walks about in the region of 16.4, 16.5 and comes down quite comfortably, and he's apparently quite lean at that way as well. So you would think that heavyweight would be the next step for him.
How well do you think he'll do at heavyweight? He's not going to be the biggest heavyweight, because nowadays you're looking at 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9".
Of course, it's unbelievable.
You know what I mean? So where does Usyk fit at 6'3"?
Well, I mean, if he can retain his physical attributes that he uses just now to help him in his fights, agility, timing, speed, the way that he manages to stay off the line so well for a big guy, you know, he can throw shots, and by the time you're throwing punches back at him, he's off the line. Very Lomachenko-esque. Great coaching there, probably for a young boy. I think Lomachenko's dad spent a lot of time coaching him as well.
Lomachenko's dad made them go to that Ukrainian dancing before he even let them in the boxing rings. Learn the footwork side of things. So
there was a dancing competition on in Ravenscraig the other day, and we were leaving the arena after both boys had won gold, and I broke it to Macklin that I'm pulling him out of boxing now, and I told him that's where you're going. You're going to dancing.
Highland dancing.
Wasn't even Highland dancing.
I told him he was going dancing. He told me where to go. I'll not repeat it on camera, but he told me it wasn't going to happen.
There you go.
He's got to stay in the boxing gym.
So again, we touched on that a little bit again. You're going to take the boys, it looks like, December 22nd. You just said it there, Mark. You're going down to December 22nd, Frampton against Warrington. How do you see this fight? I mean, it's two sets of fans are going to be unbelievable there. You've got the Leeds guys, the Leeds fans and the Belfast fans. You've got two fighters that stand and can trade with each other. You know?
I think it's a brilliant fight. I was saying that to the boys. It's going to be highly entertaining, that fight. Very, very entertaining fight. I think that none of them will be willing, in my opinion, to take a backward step at the start. You know, I think they'll both try and gain ground early. I think they'll set their stalls early. Well, I didn't think Frampton will. Frampton's very, very intelligent fighter, and I think early he'll probably try and run Warrington into a few big shots, let him feel the power. Carl Frampton can hit really, really hard. Physically, he's very strong, and then you've got Warrington's work rate, which is brilliant, man. It's sometimes reminds me like a young Scott Harrison. You know, his volume of punches and how many combinations he can put together, and I think a wee bit underrated as a boxer as well. You know, I've seen him in some bouts where, you know, it's kind of turning into he's making it difficult for himself. Then he reverts to boxing, and it's quite impressive sometimes. But it's not the route he normally chooses to go. You know, he normally chooses to win with volume and work rate. And you know, his win over Lee Selby was a bit of a shock to me. I thought Lee Selby was one of the better featherweights.
With that one,
Aye, but I've said for such a long time that lad he's the biggest featherweight I've ever seen, I think.
Selby,
Aye, and you know, to keep draining his body down to 9 stone time after time after time, it catches up with you. Eventually, one day, you can always make the weight, but you can't always perform at the weight. And I think he made the weight one too many times, and it caught up with him that night, and he just never had the zip, and his punches off.
About that, it's you, Alex, isn't it?
Aye, terribly, sadly, aye. I mean, I wish I'd have knew earlier to move up, and you know, you keep kind of getting success, and you know, and you're massive for the weight, and you know, you keep losing 3 stone every time you're getting ready to fight, and eventually it catches up with you in the end. And one night you get in the ring and you cannot perform. And I remember the night it hit me, and I felt like somebody put lead weights in my boots, and I felt like I was carrying 8-ounce gloves. I felt like there was £20 on each hand, you know, and I could see everything that was happening, but I couldn't react, and I couldn't get my shots off. And you know, you become like a shell of yourself, and that's what years and years of making the same weight limit does to your body. It's really, really bad.
Again, well, I was going to touch on that a little bit, but I was going to talk about Rocky Field and Canelo there. I don't know what your thoughts on that. I don't think we spoke about that yet.
It's an amazing, it's an amazing thing that's happened in terms of like this fight coming round to, you know, Canelo stepping up to take on a guy that size. But, you know, I think, you know, Chavez Jr. was a big lad as well. I think in the region of 6'2" and a natural light heavy probably. I think Rocky Fielding probably stays a lump. So, you know, we've seen Canelo against a big guy before and performed really well. I think, again, going back to the weight thing, Chavez was dead on his feet after making that weight. Rocky Fielding won't be. Rocky Fielding makes 12 stone quite comfortably, for what I've been told, and can perform really well at the weight, as we've seen last time. So I don't think there's any issue with that. So I think it's actually a really dangerous fight for Canelo. I think he's taking a massive risk in fighting a guy who's massive at the weight, can punch, is really confident just now, a reigning world champion. Big risk for Canelo. Big risk.
I don't think you're the only one that said that to me. That's quite interesting.
It's a big risk.
I think Jamie Moore, when I spoke to him, that Rocky's fighting somebody that's short and compact, isn't going to be the biggest super middleweight. Do you know what I mean? Does he have the power to hurt when he's moving up more than weight divisions?
He's moving up a few weight divisions, isn't he? I mean, he's shorter than me. You know, I met Canelo and I had a brief chat with him in Belfast, and you know, he's a wee bit shorter than me. You know, and he's got an immensely thick neck and really broad shoulders, and you know.
And you see what I've got on camera right now,
but he's a world class operator, isn't he? He really is a world class operator. His timing is outstanding. His preparation, when you see him constantly repeat move after move after move, he's very, very dedicated guy, and you know, and the results have spoke for themselves. I was actually at Mayweather Canelo, and you know, that could be one of the fights where, you know, he was absolutely schooled. You know, I was quite close to ringside, and he was absolutely schooled. And after that fight, you could tell that it was like one of those massive moments in the amateurs where you fight your first world class amateur opponent and you come away with it and it was like a win. Even though you got well beaten, you take so much from it, and he took so much from that fight. Canelo did so much. And you know, he's employed a lot of those tactics, a lot of those moves, and you know, he's became like a guy that's, I mean, that's had like 100 bouts. You know, he performs that cunningly and that smart, and you know, and I thought he beat Triple G in the rematch. You know, I was one of the guys who thought he won by a couple of rounds, and I liked his pressure. I liked the fact he never ran away. I like that he counter punched while moving forward. I'm really, really impressed with him. I think he's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world right now.
Right, lastly, before I let you go, massive heavyweight fight next in December, 1st December. Fury against Wilder.
Huge.
The build-up's been fun.
It has been.
And hear the things that have been happening.
Yeah, I mean, he's really turned a massive corner. I mean, we've said this before. Tyson Fury's turned a massive corner, and he's winning fans again. People are really starting to take to him, and you know, he's became like a big nice guy. Although he's still got that wee bit of spite, he's still a fighting man. But you know, he's definitely winning fans. You know, and everybody I speak to say to me, "Oh, do you think Tyson Fury will win?" We want him to win. I want him to win now. Before, all you ever heard was, "I hope that big guy gets flattened." You know, he's cocky and he's this and he's that, but you know, he's winning fans now. And I said it before, and you know, everything leans towards Wilder winning this fight. You know, more active, of course, and huge puncher, but you've got to remember, you know, Tyson Fury is a natural boxer, and he's massive. You know, 6'9", and Wilder's really light just now. That would be my biggest concern, is Wilder's weight. I mean, he was like 15'9". I mean, I would, for him, you know, even put a dent in Tyson Fury. You'd like to think he'd come in at least 17 stone. You know?
He's weighed that though, but he's had that right hand and he's knocked out guys.
I know.
Every single opponent in his face, really.
I know. It's crazy. So, I mean, even
there's something about him.
I know.
Just his power.
I mean, he's immensely powerful, isn't he? I mean, he's such a heavy-handed guy.
Can he catch Fury though?
That's the thing. He's got brilliant movement. Fury's got a lot of innate ability, and you know, he reads punches very, very well, and you know, he can time them and make them miss by a millimetre. for a heavyweight, it's quite rare.
Yeah.
You know, he's brilliant to watch when he's on top form, and I'm quite sure he's going to come into this fight in even better shape than his last fight.
He wins it the next.
I know, you just, you know, I've still not seen enough. You know what? I think I'll safely make my prediction with about a week to go. Once you've seen the build up, seen them prepare, read what their physical sort of outputs like. You know, the way that they're talking, and I think I'll be able to kind of probably tell by then. Of course I want Tyson Fury to win. It'd be great if he could pull it off. What a comeback story. We said that before. You know, suffering from depression and, you know, really being out on his luck and not feeling good about life, to come back and conquer all that and win the heavyweight title again. What a story.
Exactly.
It's Muhammad Ali-esque, isn't it? Kind of. So it'd be great to see him pull it off. It really would.
Are you going to think, well, I won't keep you much longer. I think the boys will want to get fed.
Aye, they probably will. Aye.
So you got to.
They've been fed enough over the last couple of days. They're both a couple of.
That one's sitting there starving.
They're both a couple of kilos over their fighting weights now. I might make them work out first before we go get something to eat.
Well, you like anything like that, Alex? Like you?
Nah, just really exciting. Times ahead in boxing, and like I said earlier, boxing in Scotland right now is in a really good place, and massive turnout for the championships the other week, and you know, and seeing some great talent on show. And I think I said that in a tweet the other day, but Scottish boxing is alive and well, and you know, and it can only improve and keep getting better, and it's a great time to be involved in the sport.
Well said, Alex. Again, you don't enjoy my time coming up here.
No bother.
Again, thanks for this YFL TV. Awesome. Appreciate that, Alex.
Cheers, guys.